Go ahead, like, subscribe, share, hit that notification button. All those things are greatly appreciated. Let's get right into it. I'm going to give you a few prize pick plays I like tonight. All these plays are coming from the MLB. First player we're looking at is Joan Adon, Washington. His prop is actually 3.5 on Prizepicks now. It was at 4 earlier. Probably a lot of money, probably a lot of bets start coming in on the under at 4. So Prizepicks just pushed it back down to 3.5. Let's look at him. You can see he's pretty heavy favorite to go over 3.5, minus 145. Let's look at him a little closer. At 3.5, he's only went over 3.5 in his last 10 games, 3 out of 10 times. That's 30%. For the season, let's look at the last 30, which is essentially the season. He's only went over, let me see, 43% of the time. Let's look at the whole 2022 season. Yep, 43% of the time this season. As you can see at BetMGM, he's a minus 155 to go over 3.5. Minus 137 to go over 3.5, minus 132 to go over 3.5. All those numbers are pretty significant. He has according to the numbers, he has the better matchup when it comes to K percentage versus the Mets. Again, Prizepicks just pushed it down. I think that makes our decision a little bit easier here. I'm leaning toward the over 3.5 strikeouts for Adon tonight versus the New York Mets. The second player we're looking at is coming from the Boston game, and we're looking at Nick Pivetta, 5.5 strikeouts. It's actually 6 now on Prizepicks. It's actually 6. Let's go look at him a little closer. And let's push this alternate line up to 6. In his last 10, he's went over 4 out of 6 times, which is 40%. Last 30, only 30% of the time. Last 30, only 30% of the time, not many at all. Let's look at versus Tampa Bay. Versus Tampa Bay, he's only got to 6 strikeouts one time in 6 meetings. So again, at 5.5, he's a small favorite to get to 6. I don't think he gets over 6 tonight. I'm not even sure if he gets to 6. I'm leaning toward the under 6 strikeouts for Nick Pivetta tonight. I'm leaning toward the under 6 strikeouts for Nick Pivetta. Pretty just middle of the road matchup when it comes to K percentage. Green is good, red is bad, yellow is neutral for the pitcher. But nothing really changes my assessment there. I'm looking at the under for Boston's Nick Pivetta against Tampa Bay. He just really doesn't pitch that well versus Tampa Bay in his outings. So, third player I'm looking at is Max Scherzer, Texas, playing Houston. Very important game in the standings. His line on Prizepicks, and we're looking at his K prop. His line on Prizepicks is 6. Let's look at him a little closer. The line of the books is 6.5. Pretty heavy favorite to go under 6.5 at most of the books, as you see, up to a minus 175 at Pinnacle to go under 6.5, with a plus 131 to go over 6.5. So let's look at this a little. In the alternate line at minus 6, we get this alternate lines on props.cash sometime for the more popular categories. He is minus 123. I'm sorry, minus 323 at 6 strikeouts, and basically at 7 plus 120. So this is telling me they think he's going to get 6 on the dot. Let's see if we can argue that. So he's went over 6 this season, 2022-2023. He's got 6 or more 70% of the time. Last 30, 64% of the time. Let's look at versus Houston. Versus Houston, one game, he had 8 strikeouts. Houston bats are hot right now. They're pretty warm right now. Let's go back to 2023 again. And we got it at 6. Yeah, 6 or more. We're looking at the green. We're gonna go with the numbers here. One head-to-head meeting. He had 8 strikeouts versus Houston. Last 10, he's averaging 7.4. Last 5, he's averaging 7.6. He has some big games. We're gonna go with the numbers here. We're gonna go with Max Scherzer to go over 6 strikeouts. So those are a few plays that I like. Go ahead, like, subscribe, share. All those things will be greatly appreciated. You can trail all my plays over on Patreon. Link down in the description. The tool that I use is props.cash. Link down in the description. Use the code WiseGuyBets to get 25% off. As you can see, it helps me get to where I quickly need to get. New features, if they change their dashboard around a little bit, so I'll probably do a video on the new features of the product. But it's a great project where we can not spend all day trying to figure out which way we're going to go on these props. See you in the next video.